Hello, good morning, good afternoon. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sorry, I'm standing up. The New England Patriots have beaten the Buffalo Bills 14-10, a barn burner, a fucking barn burner to control the AFC East. Wait, hold on. Liam, I'm here. I'm Mike Sullivan, obviously. This is Tuck Rule Takes, in case you don't know. This is episode 20, by the way, the big 2-0. The big 2-0. I'm Mike Sullivan. I'm doing fantastic. Liam, quick question. How are you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm living. I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm high and mighty right now.
Yeah.
What can I really say? There's no real complaints. Who would I be to say that I'm not happy when I'm at the top of the mountain? I climbed the summit. Enjoy it. While I'm here, I just want to kick back and relax. Just enjoy this.
That looked good. That stretch looked good. And you know what?
Yeah,
in case we gotta kind of let everybody know, it is currently 11:57, almost midnight. The Patriots, probably no less than 45 minutes ago, have defeated the Buffalo Bills. We are recording the night of the game. I think it was yesterday we text, or was it today? We texted each other like, "Hey, do you wanna record after the game?"
Yeah,
assuming
we're like, "Would that be bold?" And it was bold, but
dude, it was very bold because let's just kind of get into it. I don't think we will ever see an NFL game like this again in our lifetime.
No,
I don't think so.
The modern league is so pass driven that throughout the whole game, second quarter, third quarter, I'm like, this next down, they're going to pass. Like, they're going to run it on the first down. And then second down, they're going to hit them with the play action. They've been waiting for it. They'd never see it coming now. And then they ran it. And I was like, okay, third down. This is play action time. They'll have no idea it's coming right now. And then they ran it again. And I'm like, oh my God. And then third and 16, I'm like, they have to pass it. There's only really one option. They have to pass it. Surprise, surprise. Ramondre Stevenson draw. Third and 12, drive later. I'm like, again, this screams pass. I'm telling you, the Bills will have no idea. They'll be so thrown off. In the last drive on third down, they ran it with more yardage. They'll pass here. It's a given. Surprise, surprise. They ran it to the outside this time with Brandon Bolden. Absolutely embalming to the mind. And just throughout the game, they're going to pass. Nothing. This was honestly the craziest thing I've ever seen. The fact that, if we didn't win, we'd be coming on here and blasting Bill Belichick. But because we did win, he truly is an unbelievable, head and shoulders above whoever is second for
everybody
ever. He's so unthinkably great. When people say there's 93 million miles to the moon, it's hard to really compute how far that is in your head. That's how hard it is to compute how close Bill Belichick is from being the best head coach ever to whoever that poor sap is at number 2. And I would say it's probably Don Shula.
I was just going to say probably, yeah.
There's a tremendous distance here. And I am absolutely blown away that we saw a game like this, that it persisted. And I was wrong every single time I predicted they were going to pass. Bill proved me wrong and still got the win. And third, my only point is, he can coach a defense. He coaches that defense.
Holy shit.
They're in attention.
I want to give you credit, by the way, because when we did our future MVPs for this game last week, you picked I think you picked the Patriots defense or their line or something like that. Yeah. I think we were texting during the game because we do talk other than the podcast. Guys, we are not going to start with Mac Jones today. We're going to break the tradition because he threw it 3 times. The Patriots defensive line manhandled. They demolished the Bills offensive line. It wasn't even, there were holding calls that weren't getting called. And I know that you can say there's holding on every play. And yeah, sure, there's holding on every play. But every time I look, it was Barmore, it was Judon, it was Kyle Van Noy, it was Guy, it was someone getting held.
Was everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. That guy that they called up from the practice squad, I'm sorry, his name escapes me. I don't remember his name. Number 95. He had a sack. Hold on. Actually, I can probably tell you.
Yeah.
He was all over. Daniel Ikuali. Who are you? I don't know.
I don't know who he is, but I give my left arm for him. I love the man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know who he is, but guess what, man? You will never have to buy a drink again as long as I'm around, because he was all over the place. I remember there was one, they had a third down stop and he was all pumped up on the sidelines. Like the defense, and again, we were talking, it was like this game, it's like, yeah, sure, you're running it, and we're gonna get to that. Do not worry.
Oh,
but
let's talk about it.
I figured we would start with like the really good and then kind of go to the fucking banana land. It was insane how good this defensive line is. Yeah. I think this was their best. This was, you were looking for a Mac Jones virtuoso performance. Yeah. This was the Bill Belichick virtuoso performance of his life, of his career. We will never see another game coached like this, with the commitment to the run. At one point, it was 32 straight runs, and just the defense was suffocating. They were doing everything. Sure, the wind helped, but holy shit. Everybody, our boy Judon got a sack. I mean, he was all over the field.
Huge. I was waiting, and then he got hurt. I was afraid he was going to be out for a while. Like the Iron Man he is, was right back in there. He came
back. Yeah. The only injury, and I don't know, because we are recording right after, so I don't know what's going on, but with Adrian Phillips, I hope it's not bad with him. Because if you have, I know Kyle Duggar is going to end up coming back from COVID, but Adrian Phillips is a huge part of this team. I hope it's not bad. He got up and walked off the field, so hopefully he's going to be good. But I'm not going to talk about the negative with the defense. This defense, everybody.
There's really not a whole lot of negative, at least that I can think of, to be completely honest.
Honestly, for the entire Patriots game, unless you want to pick on the offensive play calling, which you bet your ass we will. Yeah. But the defense, there was everything from Jalen Mills was making plays. Miles Bryant, our guy, I don't think there's a bigger Miles Bryant podcast than Tuck Rule.
Very pro Miles Bryant.
Of course. How can you not be? Did you see he's hit sticking people? He made the play at the end of the game, and like, I don't know, that ball wasn't even really going to anybody.
Spine shaking tackle.
Oh,
I was blown away. Like, that must have hurt so bad, and for a corner to do that,
I got hurt.
Demoralizing.
I think that's what you said, because I think you. What did you text me? You were just like, yeah, like, it's crazy that this is the hardest hitting or just the toughest Patriots defense ever.
Last podcast, this is the most physical Patriots defense I have seen. I was debating it now. After this game, it's bar none. Like, they're out there killing people. You see when Josh Allen threw, it ended up being incomplete, I'm pretty sure, but throws it, his arms like this, and then sure enough, Judon's right underneath him for a crippling hit. I thought Josh Allen was dead. I was like,
I thought he was done. That was what, a little before halftime, I think.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Laying on the ground, face down afterwards. I'm like, he's dead. Somebody check on him. I was like, he is not okay.
He had a rough one. He got killed, and that's just it. The Patriots, they were, again, the defensive line and the linebackers, they just owned the Bills' offensive line. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There were, Hightower was coming in on blitzes.
They got a couple decent runs. They couldn't run the ball at all.
Yeah, that's just it. They couldn't. I think. Let me see. I got the box score pulled up here. Josh Allen was their leading rusher, which is never good if your quarterback is a leading rusher. Yeah. 39 yards. Devin Singletary 36 yards. Zach Moss with 21. Matt Breida with 3 yards. Zach Moss. I know. I brought it up to you. He was running. It was like a nondescript run. It didn't mean anything, but he ran into what I can only describe as a wall known as Jawan Bentley. Oh, because he ran, and he not only got stopped in his tracks, he got literally turned around. Yeah. Turned around when he got hit. The Patriots do not mess around. And I wanted to bring up and we're going to be all over the place with this, but the last play of the game.
Yes.
The last play of the game. I think this alone is what makes Bill Belichick the genius that he is, because it is 4th and 13, 14, something like that. Yeah. Basically, right. Something like that. Basically, the whole game is on the line. What does Belichick do? He brings an all-out blitz.
Crazy. So bold.
The fucking balls.
You're
the
leaving
balls
everyone,
on you.
Zero coverage. You're leaving everyone man to man. You have to stop the guy in front of you from getting the ball no matter what. This is the game.
It was insane.
Gutsy, bold.
The ball, but the thing is, and it's one of those things where we're like, yeah, the ball's on that, but it was a calculated play because they didn't really blitz Allen all that much. I don't think. Maybe they did, but I didn't see it. It looked like they were just rushing a normal 4 or something like that.
Pressure.
Yeah, every once in a while. But the thing, what they're doing that, and you see McCourty coming in. Of course, McCourty, the old dog, the old guard, one of the greatest safeties to ever play. He comes in, forces the pressure. Miles Bryant knocks the ball down. Miles Bryant, spoiler alert, I fucking love him. Was
what a great play by him though, because he was sagging on his guy and he was behind on his guy. Josh Allen just didn't see him, didn't throw to him. If he had thrown to that guy, then it's a bad play on Miles Bryant. But for him to stop trailing his guy and know to come back to the ball, because I hate to admit it, I think the guy Josh Allen was throwing to was a little open on that play.
He was, right? So that's just it. Kind of looking at it, it's like
They showed a weird angle. It was from behind, so like you see the DB and then him hard to tell the distance between them. But if I had to guess, I would say it's a good 3 yards anyway. And it was, I don't know, it was a weird play, but again, like you said, you did see that he was kind of open. I don't know if the ball would have got there correctly or what. It was low. Either way, it looked low to me, but like the fact
either way,
it never got there. Return to sender.
Never got there. And I think Jesus Christ. And then like the whole, I'm pacing around the apartment. I'm swearing.
I was dying.
Belligerent. If you want to go check out my Instagram, you can. It's msully5433. I was having a time. I was going bananas. There was that last from the 2-minute warning on, because it was really just the one play. That was crazy. Just to bring a blitz.
Red zone defense though, and we are so all over the place. But the Patriots red zone defense, back-to-back drives, field goal, and then that stop. It's unbelievable. I even said when they got into the red zone the second time for that, the 2-minute warning and whatnot, I was like, for most defenses, this is so unlikely to not give up a touchdown here. Like back-to-back drives, they're in the red zone. They held them the first time. It is so unlikely that you can hold them a second time. And I was doubtful, but Jesus Christ, if Bill Belichick isn't the greatest defensive play caller I have ever seen in my life.
Hey, listen, I was just like you. I was saying that. I think I even said, I was like, I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know what's going on.
She texted me like, I have a bad feeling. I'm like, dude, you're telling me. I couldn't even answer. I was like, me too. And I was just,
I know. I couldn't. And that's the thing, because like, even though I'm an optimistic fan, I still, when you watch the games, you get into it. And that was one of those things where
like any other team is probably giving up a touchdown.
Oh God. I think it was
the Vikings gave up that touchdown to the Lions.
Exactly. Which, by the way, real quick, congratulations to the Lions. I think no, you know what? Because I don't want to see a team go undefeated or go defeated, which actually, no, that's a lie. I do want to see a team go defeated, but I do like the Lions. I do like Detroit. I think they got a plunky city. No, actually, you know what? I'm in such a good mood, man. You know what? The Eagles, Gardner Minshew better than Jalen Hurts. I don't know.
Gardner Minshew's a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Okay, yeah, sure. So is Mac Jones with his 2 completions. I think it was just, I don't even remember where we were going with that, but it was just on that last drive when I think Allen hit Diggs. I don't know if it was first, second, or third down, but it was like whatever in 10, and he hit him for like a 15 yard. I was like,
line?
Yeah, I was like,
what a catch.
I was like, this is it. This is it. This is
it. Going to go to Diggs in the red zone. I'm like, he's hot. They're going to keep throwing him the ball. And then he overthrew him, actually. J.C. Jackson didn't have the best coverage.
He overthrew him. So on that overthrow, because that was the overthrow that McCourty was streaking over too, right?
Yeah.
I think if that ball was actually on Diggs, it looked like McCourty may have been able to break it up. Maybe it would have had to be one of the ones where he knocks it out of his hands. But Jackson got beat on that one. Jackson almost had a pick 6 too. Almost had a pick 6.
Oh man, I bet Jackson fucking interception.
That would have honestly, I think that probably would have ended it right there. Kind of seeing how the game was going, that would have ended it. Patriots defense, by the way. We're gonna get into that ref call, the roughing out of bounds on our boy Miles Bryant.
Yeah. Ultimate effort. I love it. I'll take
Josh
that
Allen
penalty 10 times out of
jumps
10.
up.
It wasn't even a
He
penalty.
No, it wasn't. He jumps up. He's in the air. He's reaching out to try to get the first down. What do you do as Miles Bryant? You try to push him to not get the first down. Refs throw the flag. Bullshit call, which again, Miles Bryant made up for it because again, he made the game saving play.
That's a winning player.
He did his thing. But yeah, that was one of those ones where that happened. I was like, is this? It was just one of those cracks in the confidence where I was like, is
You're
this
damned if you
maybe
do, damned if you don't? Because it's like, if you don't hit him, he's reaching for the first down. If he gets the first down, you're taking the L on that one. If you bundle him, you get the penalty. You get the first.
So what do you do?
They get the first down anyway. So it's like, no matter what, you're kind of fucked. And you want to look like you're putting in an effort, especially as a dude who's undrafted, trying to make an impact on this team. Bill Belichick's known for giving random guys opportunities to be great. With Malcolm Butler, who went on career. So Miles Bryant's like, I've seen this path before. This is a path that's cleanly paved through the woods, and he's walking down it. So I understand the effort. I will take that penalty every single time. Good for him.
Yeah, because
ridiculous call.
Well, because you know what, it's probably not going to get called every single time.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I would hope so anyway. But
yeah, it was. I don't know. It was either way, though, it was still, he has to make that play. They call it whatever, extends the Bills drive. The Bills end up getting a field goal, I believe, on that drive. Because again, the Patriots defense showed up when they had to. Actually, they showed up for the majority of the game, for being honest. To give up only 10 points to this team.
Do we start talking about this Patriots defense as one of the best defenses ever?
So I think if we were recording tomorrow night, or just tomorrow afternoon, I would know. Because what are the great Patriots defense? We're probably thinking 2001, 2002,
2001 to 2004,
right?
But like I'm talking about even greater than that. Because those defenses were good, but they're not marquee defenses like ever. Like when I think about a marquee defense, Legion of Boom, and No Fly Zone in Denver in recent memory, and then I go back to the 2000s. I think about the great defense in there. The Buccaneers, the 2000 Ravens, 2002 Bucs, like all these fantastic defenses back in the day. The Seahawks used to be really good. The Vikings used to be good. The Saints, when they won the Super Bowl, led the league in turnovers.
They were great. Yep.
But like I'm thinking all time, so that would probably be like the 2000 Ravens or the Bucs or the 86 Bears. Like we got to get numbers comparing this Patriots team to those. And obviously I don't think those numbers would be fresh out right now. If they did, we'd have to do some serious digging. But look at the last couple games. I mean, we held this team to 10 points. And then before that, shutout against the Falcons. What was it? 7 points against the Browns.
Yep.
We blew out. Who was the other team we played in between then?
The Panthers.
Panthers,
the Jets. Or no, it was the
Titans. We held them to
the Titans. Shit, I completely forgot about the Titans. That shit team. Yeah. My God, I'm sorry.
We're holding all these teams to so little points. And granted, we didn't score a ton of points in this game. Other games we have this was mostly a weather game. Obviously, we didn't put up that many points. Put up enough to win though. Our defense is holding
very much a weather
historically low rate, at least from my rough, very skewed, probably inebriated point of view right now. They seem to be one of the best defenses historically ever. Like maybe not better than the 2000 Ravens, which I think is the best, but this team is unbelievable.
So I have, I got all I can't, it would take way too long to pull up all the everybody else's defense. So I have just the Patriots defense and just their overall team rankings from 2000 on. So right now, and I know there's still 5 more games to go. So I know that Patriots, by the way, are 9-4. So, just letting everybody know. I figured that'd be a good time to bring it up. So right now, the Patriots have allowed 200 points on defense. Just to let you know, that is clearly right now the least they've ever let up. The least amount of points they've ever given up was in 2006. They gave up 237 points.
And what are we at now? 200 what?
200. Do you think playing the Colts, the Bills, the Jags, the Dolphins, and who else did they play?
Colts, Bills, Jags, Dolphins. No, that's it.
No. We have a bye week. So it's Colts, Bills, Jags, Dolphins. We have a bye week. So that's fine.
So 4 games.
So I think, do you think that the Patriots can hold all those teams to under 37 points. I think they can. Think about it. They're playing the Colts, which again, I think the Colts are the only team that might be able to score on you because
Colts could
Buffalo
get
is
21 right there.
They might, but dude, we just listen. And I think, you know what? I think we need to say this to each other and to everybody listening. We need to stop worrying about the Patriots defense. Every single week we come into it. And I think me and you both said this. We always are surprised that they're so good. We need to stop being surprised. They're going to hold teams like this. They might not always hold teams to 0 points or 3 points or anything like that, but I don't know. The Colts and the Bills are the only two teams that can put up points on you. I don't think the Jaguars score a lot, and I sure as shit don't think that the Dolphins do. So do you think in the next 4 games that they give up less than 37 points? I think they do.
I think so. If they let up 13 points a game per average in the next 4 games, that's still 52 points.
Yeah.
I think that's tough. Like they could very well pitch a shutout against the Jags. Maybe
and the Dolphins.
The Dolphins also, they could. I don't think it's likely. I think they could. But then I worry about another game against the Bills and the Jaguars. The Bills in regular weather or just cold could be a higher scoring game.
Definitely could be. Yeah, definitely could be. The only
because
either
were
way,
there 2 field goals missed because of the wind tonight? So that
2 field goals missed. Yeah.
Because of the wind.
Yeah,
the Patriots weren't even going to bother with that shit. They kicked 1 field goal, nailed it, and then they went for 2, which was big time.
Yeah.
I have my doubts. I have my doubts. Care to make a friendly bet? Because
I think, I think so. Because 37. Because I think the only team that really worries me is the Colts. Because I think that the Bills. I know this was a weather game and everything like that, but I'm not afraid of them. And I don't think this Patriots defense is anymore. Like, yeah. So I think
at most they give up 17 to the Bills. I just think it's an easy.
At most. Yeah.
But like, that's still more than they scored this.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they'll go under. I think they'll give up like 30 points.
Let's bet a 6-pack on it then.
Yeah. No, let's go.
6-pack. Actually, no, 6-pack of Blue Moon.
A Blue Moon. Yeah, baby. Blue Moon, excellent. By the way, both of our favorite beers. So if you don't like Blue Moon, I don't know what you're doing because it
has exquisite taste now.
It's an amazing beer. I mean, if we're being honest, but
favorite beer, whoever created that's genius.
But yeah, they are the Patriots are doing well right now on defense, obviously. So let's talk about N'Keal Harry.
Yeah. I figured that was coming eventually.
So I wanted to just get it out of the way because, buddy, if you aren't going to field a punt or a kick, what is the obsession with these players with like getting real close and like pretending that they're going to?
Yeah.
And then like letting it bounce off. If you aren't going to field the punt, do what I forget that there's been a bunch of kick returners that do it where like they run to the other side of the field, act like they're about to get it.
Somebody else catches it.
Do that, buddy, because let me tell you, the Patriots scored a touchdown on that great run. I think it was like a 60-something yard run by Damian Harris, longest run of his career.
Yep.
All the momentum, everything's going in your direction. Momentum, the crowd's quiet, all that fun stuff. And N'Keal Harry lets the ball doink off his helmet. I don't want to say doink, it brushed off his helmet, but either way, what are you doing? What do you do? Send him to, I told you, and I think I told you, I was ready to sacrifice him at midfield to the football gods.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I feel bad for him. There's really nothing he can do right except for block. Like on that Brandon.
He's an elite blocker.
On that Brandon Bolden 2-point conversion, block the hell. He set the edge. It was a great block. He should be
on
playing
the Damian Harris touchdown. He had a crucial block.
So he should be playing tight end because I don't know what he's doing at wide receiver if we're just using him to block. He clearly he fucks everything up. He really does. On offense,
that's the best way to put it.
He can't play wide receiver. He drops everything. He can't clearly return punts. He just loves to teeter the line of dangerous and exciting, and that's never a good thing in the game of punt returning. I feel bad for him. He just can't do anything right.
It's like he's the last few games. I feel like Patriots Nation has kind of come around on him a little bit to the point where they don't.
He's had 2 catches for 25 yards. And people are like, all right, we'll take that. He's not the number one.
And he's been great at blocking too. So I think people are kind of like, listen, if you're going to be pretty much useless in the passing game, don't hurt us. Don't hurt us and just block. And that's what he's been doing.
We're a running football team, so that's fine. But
great. I mean, dude, you're a big body. Go block. That's what you've been doing. He ragdolled Myles Garrett, which was awesome.
You need a touchdown from this dude, though. Like, get in the end zone. You can't get open ever.
That's the thing. So it's like
the damn ball. It's crazy.
I know that being a receiver is kind of a dependent position, but
it is
when you have an offense that it's predicated on spreading the ball around to the open receiver, and you're not even on the field for the majority of the time. And when you are, you're really there just to block. And when you do run routes, you're not open. You can't muff a goddamn punt. You can't do it because the momentum in that game switched right there. And I know people say, oh, momentum isn't a thing. Bullshit. Momentum is a thing because right there, the Bills got into it. They scored on the very next play. The very next play. So at that point, it's 8-7 because Bill Belichick, another big brain play. He went for 2. That ended up, I think that probably ended up being the most important play of the game because I feel like that made it
field goal and tied it.
Yeah, because that made it so the Bills had to score a touchdown later on.
Miles Bryant, slappity slap.
Miles Bryant, God, I think. Spoiler alert: he's my game MVP because I love Miles Bryant.
No surprise there.
But yeah, it was just just a boneheaded play by N'Keal Harry. Thank God that it didn't cost the team because if it did, I think N'Keal Harry gets JFK'd. I don't know. I don't know. And sure, I'm being facetious, but I'm also kind of not because
you're getting 86 from this organization
real quick.
It's just I feel bad again. He can't seem to do anything right. And then it's just if you really look deeper into it, we drafted him in the first round. Tom Brady was still there. We drafted him with DK Metcalf and a lot of other really good receivers. And it's just
Deebo Samuel was out there too, I think.
And it's just you look at all the guys we could have taken ahead of him. It's damn, would Tom Brady have left if we had DK Metcalf? Would he have left if we had Deebo Samuel? If we had a true number one receiver who was balling? And he doesn't have to complain about weapons. If he had DK Metcalf, he's got the weapon. Dude's a tree, absolute house.
Yes, DK Metcalf. That means Julian Edelman probably doesn't get a whole nother year of wear and tear on his body.
Yeah, because
maybe Gronk comes out.
Like hell. And it's just so it's damn, if N'Keal could have been that guy in his first year, maybe it'd be a different story. And obviously now I'm just getting so deep into the weeds now where it's almost irrelevant at this point. But it's just he really just couldn't figure it out, and he's proving it over and over again. Whenever there's hope, he squashes that quickly. There's no scenario where he's on this team at the end of the
he squashes that quickly,
really quickly.
I
have a friend, let me use this example. I have a friend, ultra smart, kind of a jackass when you hang out with him, but he's a smart kid, works for a big name company that everyone in this country knows about, and it helps a lot of people in this country, and he's a fantastic employee for them, crushes it. But he's always had this self-destructive tendency, and as successful as he is in his job, he has to do some really stupid shit just to put all that in danger because he loves the self-deprivizing, I can tear all this down in a second if I make
deprivizing. That's not a word.
And he just it is, and he just wants to teeter the edge of dangerous and happy. And I think that's N'Keal Harry, where he's like, whenever things look good, something just terrible has to happen to him to ruin whatever success he had. Like, he always just has to put himself in harm's way, whether it's muffing a punt, dropping a key, pass in a game, hell, stepping out of bounds against the Chiefs, which I think it should have been a touchdown, but he still did it. There's just
Definitely
so many things in N'Keal Harry's career where it's like, you could be good, you're almost there, you're building momentum, and then it all falls apart. And it's a self-destructive tendency. It's like, man, you could have been so good. He has all the potential in the world, quick feet, and appearance when we first drafted him. It
big
like
body.
Yep. Yeah. And he just seemed like the prototypical great wide receiver. And it just didn't happen. Now, like I said, and you said, he's 86th. He's out of here.
Oh, yeah, no, he needs to be out. But I was just thinking, you said that you were getting into the weeds before with like, if N'Keal Harry was good, would Tom Brady still be here and all that? I think we have N'Keal Harry to thank for Mac Jones being here. Because if N'Keal Harry pans out, odds are that follow me. Odds are that Tom Brady stays. Tom Brady stays. We probably don't end up drafting Mac Jones. N'Keal Harry, he doesn't work out. Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to complain. I'm going to go to Tampa with a loaded receiving core, go down there, win a Super Bowl, all that fun stuff. So what happens? Bill Belichick ends up, trying to get Cam Newton, doesn't work out for various different reasons. And then he gets Mac Jones. We can kind of thank N'Keal Harry for shepherding us to Mac Jones. So
for setting this up, I would say
N'Keal Harry has done one thing right. He got us Mac Jones.
It's the Mandela effect.
So for that, I will say thank you. For everything else you do, I will say sit on the bench unless you're blocking.
Yep.
Okay, let's get into the offense. Mac Jones.
Honestly,
amazing.
Great percentage.
I was just going to say, amazing completion percentage. At one point, he was 100%, if you can believe it. If you can believe in today's climate, in today's NFL, he had 100% completion percentage.
Yeah.
100% QBR, I'm assuming.
If you told me, what was it, at halftime he had 100% completion percentage, I would have been like, we're killing him.
Ooh, and we did, man, that one completion for 12 yards. Let me tell you, not a great throw. Not a great throw.
Not a great throw. Wasn't
again. It almost looked great catch. See, I told you it was the Jonnu Smith game. I told you it was the Jonnu Smith game. He had the one catch. Mac Jones, 2 for 3 for these stats don't seem real. 2 for 3 for 19 yards.
Cooking. Let Mac cook.
So I know that I'm sure the Skip Baylesses, the Nick Wrights, the Ben Bolins of the world, or the Patriots fans that really were Tom Brady fans in disguise are going to hate this stat line. I don't hate it because it was another thing. It kind of like when we were talking about all the rushing yards they gave up against Tennessee. This was a product of the game plan.
Yeah.
So granted, was it a frustrating game plan at times? You bet your ass it was. But Belichick, obviously, McDaniels, everybody, they went into this game. They saw the conditions. They said, listen, we think that we can win if we just run the ball down their throats. We think that we have a good enough running game to just run the ball whenever we want. And guess what, guys? Patriots are the best running team in the history of the land. I have never seen a better running team. How do the Bills, without a shadow of a doubt, that the Patriots are going to run the ball? How do they not stop every single day? There were so many little like off tackle runs. Stevenson kind of running sideways. I'm like, oh, he's going to get tackled. Yeah. And he cuts through the line for like 10, 15 yards.
You monster.
Or even just his 5 or 6 yard runs. I'm like, what are you doing? And I kept telling you, I was like, dude, the one time that the Patriots call a play action, it is going to be the most wide open pass you've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I kept waiting for it. I really did.
I did too. They opted
every single down. They were playing with my heartstrings.
They opted not to. But if we're going to be honest, the running game worked. It was frustrating. Apparently. It was very frustrating. Especially towards the end when the Patriots had the wind at their back. And it was like, listen, now is when you can pass it. Now is when you can do this. But they would
I
run.
thought that was the whole game plan. At halftime, I'm like, they wanted the wind. They're about to unleash Mac. My buddy bet Mac Jones 188 passing yards. I thought that was a bad idea. I texted you about it.
Yep.
But I was like, you might have a chance here. I think they unload Mac in the second half.
Not even close.
Attacked
Not even worst bet in the history of betting in American sports. I still can't.
Came up a whole 160 yards short.
Looking at this game, I still can't believe that this game happened, that the Patriots ran it as many times as successful. And again, I saw a tweet, and it was one of those tweets from like one of those accounts that like tweet like inspirational things all the time. And it was like, if you ever want to succeed at something, you need to be ready to fail a bunch of times. And I was like, holy shit, this is the Patriots game today. Because if they want to succeed running the ball, they're going to fail sometimes, which they did.
A plenty couple of times.
But they succeeded so much more than they failed, which was wild to me. I mean, you got Damian Harris, 10 rushes for 111 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, 24 for 78. Brandon Bolden, 4 for 28. Then a couple wide receiver runs. The Patriots pretty much for the majority of the game got whatever they wanted on offense of running the ball. And when that didn't work, the defense shut it down on the other side. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the Bills needed a muffed punt and a bullshit call for roughing for hitting out of bounds to stay in this game. Honestly, that's what it comes down to.
Do we not
think about it?
Is there any criticism though for passing it 3 times?
So yes. I just
like 3 times.
I know that they won 14-10. Yes, awesome win, all that fun stuff.
There's really any complaints we have would be null and void because they fucking won.
Exactly. So like the game plan worked. So I feel like it was one of those things as a fan. It's frustrating. It's upsetting, which I was texting with a bunch of people. We were all frustrated, but by the time it got to the third quarter and they still only had 3 passes, but it's like, if the game plan works, can you be that frustrated as a fan? Yeah. But as a coach, Patriots had control of this whole game. If you think about it, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't
they dictate on both sides of the ball. It was just a strangely underwhelming, but dominant performance.
Yeah, it was very weird. It was very strange. It was almost like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, maybe someone should have gave Mac Jones shocked energy. I feel like maybe someone should have gave him that. Shocked energy. By the way, Mac Jones, the Patriots offense passing game definitely needed it. Guys, if you like energy drinks, anything like that, myself, I'm a Red Bull guy. I think I went to Monsters for a little bit. I was doing like the Zero, Monster Ultras, whatever. Very good. The Rock has a cool energy drink too, but if you want an energy drink that's not going to give you the crash, the jitters, if you drink energy drinks, you know what I'm talking about with the tingly jinglies, and then you get the little, you get a little shaky. Wubblies. Yeah, hubbly bubblies, all that fun stuff. Yeah. Shocked energy, you do not get that. I will always recommend this flavor. I know Liam likes it too. The watermelon box. That's what you got to get. If you get that, first of all, have you had a watermelon? Do you like watermelons? Of course you do. You're a human. Everybody likes them.
Watermelon.
You got to get the watermelon box. It is very good. They ship worldwide. So go to shockedenergy.com, CGSN at checkout. You get 10% off. Again, that's CGSN, 10% off. Shocked Energy. Again, get the watermelon, get any flavor you want, but I just recommend getting the watermelon because it does taste the best. It goes down the best. You mix it in, drink it, you're good to go. But back to Mac Jones. Do I criticize the game plan for 3 passes? You kind of have to a little bit because it did make the game, especially once you started to see Josh Allen throwing too. And again, I know Josh Allen
in the second
completely
half, he completed most of his passes. It was into the wind. I'm like, what are we doing then?
No, he did. Josh Allen 15 to 30, buck 45 and a touchdown. He was I know Josh Allen has probably one of the strongest arms in the NFL. So yeah, exactly. Which again, not like I saw like some media member, like Bills fans saying stuff. It's like, yeah, that's not like some crazy fact you just unearthed. Like we all know that Josh Allen has a stronger arm than Mac Jones. We all know that. Mac Jones's whole thing, he throws, and I hate to compare him to this guy, but he has the same type of arm as Brady, where it's not, he never had some crazy arm strength. He's just accurate and he can get it to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So I don't know. I think once, and again, it's so hard to criticize it because the game plan worked, but you got to think if they pass it a little more, or if they try to play action here and there, some of those drives, I think, what was it? The drive coming out of halftime? That was horrendous.
That was the Stephon Diggs one, right?
That was the one for the I guess not coming out of halftime. After that, when the Pats got the ball, it was run.
Oh
and
yeah,
I think it just seemed like it. Yeah, I mean that was every drive, but it just seemed like there were plays to be made through the passing game. And again, I know it's nitpicking, and that's kind of what we're doing. We are nitpicking a little bit.
I mean, you throw the ball 3 times. I think it's a little more than nitpicking. 3 times. You couldn't even throw it 5 times. Like
3 times.
Couldn't throw
a handful.
Dozen. You couldn't throw it 10 to 12 times.
Yeah, like come on, like Josh, give me a handful, please. But like, and I know that we're gonna, tomorrow or today, technically, if you're listening to this, we're gonna get people, all your media things. Oh, Belichick doesn't trust Mac Jones. Can he throw in the cold? All that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think that's it. The Patriots game plan week to week. That's all this was. Again, it was a game plan. It was frustrating. I think the game plan was wrong as the game progressed, but it worked.
Yeah.
So I think could it have been easier if they maybe mixed in a couple like short passes? They threw the screenplay, which I hated, but they threw a couple passes in there. Could it have been easier? Maybe.
They threw,
but we don't know. A few. Sorry. A couple completions, a few passes. Yeah. Could it have been easier? Maybe, but we'll never know because we don't know what those passes would have been. I just think that, hopefully we never have a game like this again.
I mean, I can't imagine any other circumstance calls for this. Like you were sending me the videos from Twitter beforehand of people kicking field goals and the ball just flopping right to the turf because like there was no shot that was going through the uprights 40 feet in the air.
Stupid.
Just so crazy. Like I said in the beginning, the modern league, for us to do that and get a win is unprecedented. I've never seen a game like that before. Even in the snowiest of snow games, I've seen Calvin Johnson catch 40-yard bombs. So
with the snow in his face mask. Yep.
It's crazy. I couldn't believe it. Even those teams tried to pass through the snow, and it was coming down way harder than it was in Buffalo. I was absolutely stunned.
I don't think we will ever see another football game like this because there will never be another coach that will stick rightly so or wrongly so, because we've seen him be wrong, we've seen him be right. Yep. We'll never see another coach stay in his game plan like Belichick does.
Yeah.
To the benefit of the team or to the detriment of the team. We will never see that again.
He has an idea in his head. He's sticking to it. It is so crazy. That guy has tunnel vision like I've never seen before. It's like, Bill, what's the next play call? Run. Bill, what's the next play call? Run. Bill, what's the play call after that? Run. What's the play call after that? We'll punt it, and then we'll get the ball back. We'll run it 3 more times. Like, buddy, holy shit. Let's get some variety in here. All right, we'll run to the outside. You're like,
it's like, what the fuck? And again, it was one of those things where
Josh McDaniels too. I mean, I know he's the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it was both. Yeah. But
I like to think he talks to Billy. He's like, should we keep running it? Mm-hmm.
He probably does. He probably looks at Billy. He's like, hey, you think we're gonna? And Bill probably just like looks at him. He's like, no, we're gonna keep running. We're gonna keep running.
He's the wind's blowing in his face. Do you think we're gonna pass? No,
you're right.
My bad.
Which I mean, again, like God, it's just one of those things where, with a team who runs the ball so much, I always bring this back to Adrian Peterson, because when I would watch him when he was on the Vikings, so many of his runs, he'd get stopped for 2 or 3 yards or everything like that. But he would just over time, he'd get, 2 or 3 yard run. Then he'd get an 8, 9 yard run. He'd break a 30 yard run. So it's like when running the ball, you need to keep doing it. And I saw so many people, some people outside, some people within Couch Guy Sports, who would criticize the run whenever it didn't work. And as a fan, I try not to do that, because it's one of those things where, like, it's not fair. You can't cheer when a run works, then all of a sudden when it doesn't, be like, oh, what the hell. Now, again, when it's 3rd and 18 and you're running the ball, that's different. Criticize them all you want. but when it's just because you want to see a pass, doesn't mean that the Patriots should listen to you, because obviously the game plan worked. We saw it work
more than everyone else, which
crazy thought. But yeah, it was a great game. The offensive line showed up. I think the Pats had 6 offensive linemen on the field for like the majority of the game, which
so funny.
Crazy. The fact that all of a sudden this offensive line went from a weakness to an absurd strength.
Yeah.
You have 6 offensive linemen, and not just 5. You have 6.
Well, because they used their 5th one as a starter for the first 5 games, and they're like, we might as well.
Like, yeah, sure, we'll keep you in there. Take carries.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're like, how'd you like to be a starter this game? Oh my God, yeah. Like, who's going to the bench? No one. They're like, wait, what?
You're like, wait a minute. How many offensive linemen are we going to have? It's crazy that you have Mike Onwenu, the 6th offensive lineman, is arguably your 2nd best offensive lineman, maybe behind David Andrews, maybe Trent Brown, but I think he kind of edges him out. The fact that he is your 6th offensive lineman shows how great this unit is. And they showed it. They played bully ball.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was insane. Again, we will never see another game like this ever. 3 passes. What are we doing? I mean, I don't even know who even caught the passes. I don't even know.
I know
Nelson
won, Brandon Bolden.
Yeah. I know Jonnu Smith got his, and Brandon Bolden with that little screen. That's it. Oh yeah, no. That's
incomplete to Nelly was the other one.
I just can't believe the Patriots won with 3 passes. I can't. I don't know. I just can't believe it.
You think Bill's just on the sideline, just screwing with everyone else? He's like, they totally think we're gonna pass a lot. What a bunch of idiots. He's like, I bet they think we're gonna pass on this drive. Run it. And then they're like, you think we can win with only 3 passes? Josh McDaniels like, maybe.
We can try. We can try. We can fucking try.
Bill's like, imagine the headlines tomorrow. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, let's just try it.
Oh, the headlines are going to be insane.
Yeah.
Insane. The headlines where it's like,
carry the ball a disgusting amount of times. Mac Jones completes 2 passes.
It was almost like just rude. It was rude what the Patriots offense was doing.
He was over there disrespecting them.
Just shoving the ball down their throat again and again and again. And Josh Allen, he had that boneheaded play, or not boneheaded play, but where he thought a lot of plays where he thought he had the neutral zone infraction. Wasn't a neutral zone infraction, and he thought he had the free play, complained about it, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, what are you complaining about? Then I figured he was trying to get neutral zone. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, which, I mean, it very clearly wasn't.
No.
But yeah, like John, I don't know.
We called it too with that Judon sack. You were like, Allen holds on to the ball too long. He tries to make those big plays downfield. Sure enough, he scrambles around, shakes 2 tackles, and then gets up, and Judon's like, yeah, this isn't happening. Right back to him.
Yep. Yeah, he, and again, to his credit, Josh Allen did have a couple good runs, but literally just a couple. I think he had 2. I mean, 2 good runs. That was
enough to lead his team.
That was it. And again, you kind of have to look at this game from the big picture. You kind of have to grade it on a curve, because I saw, and again, this loser, Nick Wright, was tweeting. He's like, oh, hey guys, this is the first game that's ever been played with windy conditions. And it's like,
excuse me?
like, I'm sorry, but do you not know that you have 40-mile-an-hour winds? Like, what? How can you just all of a sudden or like just diminish that like it's nothing? It's because he doesn't like the Patriots, which I get, and like that's really his
His
only
takes are both
gimmick.
terrible.
Yeah,
Nothing just about the Patriots. He's like Colin Coward. They're both just incompetent.
yeah,
They just
yeah. No,
put them on
it's
TV because they say stupid shit.
yeah, yeah, exactly. They are the worst parts of talk show hosts where you're basically just a gimmick. Like you have your one gimmick, you're a Chiefs fan and you dislike the Patriots. That is your gimmick. So whatever, it is what it is. But the wind, very clearly, I mean, Jake Bailey had a 15-yard punt.
Yes.
Jake Bailey never has 15-yard punts. But again, you kick the
Nailed
ball in the air
inside like the 3-yard line. Like
72 yards he kicked earlier in the game, or like later in the game. He kicked the ball and they showed it. It went up and stopped. It's just
absolutely
stopped.
Wild.
Like there was, and I know, yeah, sure, the Bills punter had had a couple successful punts. Cool. Maybe the wind wasn't as gusty at that very moment that he kicked it or whatever. This game, I don't think it's an indictment so much on the Bills. I don't think that the Patriots should be scared of the Bills as long as they play their team, as long as they play their defense, play their regular offense when it's not a monsoon.
Now that we're rowdy again, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I guarantee you when they play in Foxborough, it is not going to be a tornado outside. It's just going to be very cold because I mean, it's just December in Foxborough. So I don't think I think you might sweep the Bills. Foxborough, there it is.
The sweetest revenge, getting swept the year before we sweep them this year. Shut their window on any Super Bowl possibility. Remember when last year was your year? You said this year was too. Later.
Oh my God. I said it. I said it during the game to myself and on Instagram. I was like, listen, the Bills, you had your 1 year. Okay. We loaned you the AFC East for 1 year. I hope you liked it. Do not get used to it. Do not unpack your boxes. Put everything back in the car because guess what? You are going back to second place because you are the proverbial little brother. As long as Bill Belichick is in the AFC East,
Big Brother is watching,
always
whooping that ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big Brother was watching last year too. You know what Big Brother was doing? Big Brother went off to college. He went off to spring break for a little bit. He went off to party. He let you run the house. You want to be the man of the house.
That 3-touchdown Stephon Diggs game to end the season here, he remembers that. He knows the partying you did back home without him. He wants to come back and show you what's good.
He knew, and he came back. And guess what? He did just that because Diggs had 6 catches for 51 yards or something. I don't even know where those came
from. On my fantasy team.
4 catches for 51 yards. Yeah, no, I had Nick Bolton in my fantasy team, so I was happy with that. I also had the Patriots defense, who, by the way, did force a fumble. We always, we always say the Patriots. I think they are still undefeated in games where they don't turn the ball over.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, also, they are still undefeated on the road. Road Warriors.
Yeah. Which scares me that the next game's at home. Because they didn't play so well at home to start, but they figured it out.
They picked it up. And by the way, the next game against the Colts is on my birthday, December 18th.
So going to that game.
I think because honestly, I didn't think it was going to be on my birthday. They flexed it to a Saturday. It's a Saturday game.
Saturday.
Yeah. I forget they flexed another game to that day too.
Flex your way onto a plane and then down to Foxborough.
Okay, so I think it was I feel like we have to bring it up. I think it was like the 4th episode we did.
Yeah.
I said that if the Patriots beat the Bills in Buffalo, that I would fly up to wherever you are at that time and we would watch a game, go to a game, do whatever together. So I almost feel obligated to do so. I will let you pick the game, whichever one you want. And it can't be my birthday game though. Can't be my birthday game. I got too many things going on there.
Got plans with the wifey?
Yeah. I don't know. Might go to I was gonna say go to Hooters because Hooters is my favorite restaurant, not because of the girls. The wings are The wings are immaculate. In fact, you want to know how I know it's not for the girls? I used to go there all the time with my best friend, who, by the way, was gay. So he was not going there for the wings. I was not going there for the wings. We went there to eat. That is what we did. So Hooters, that might be what we're doing for my
Went
birthday.
there for the ride.
For the, it was so good. The wings are so good. I would eat all the wings, all the way. But also, I don't want to go there for my birthday though, because I don't know about you. I don't like being the center of attention for the birthday thing, because that's what they would do.
I do.
They put me on that stupid little horse. Don't they have like some weird like little horse that
I
sit
love
on?
being the center of attention, almost for anything.
I love it too. Not for that.
Really?
Not for that.
It's
I'll
my
tell you that
birthday.
much.
I'm like, bitch, it's my birthday. You're buying everything for me tonight. I'm
No,
getting
I
wild.
think no. For my birthday, we're gonna get something called a mountain melt, which is basically, it's not gonna sound crazy, but it's a whole basket of French fries, bunch of chicken tenders on top, a bunch of cheese, some chives, some things like that, and then you get a choice of your own sauce. So like mild, medium, habanero, whatever you want. So it doesn't sound crazy, but that's what I'm gonna do. So
We're
you
two
cannot
completely
pick that.
different people. If that's what you look forward to on your birthday, come March 16th on my birthday, I'll be boating down the Colorado River, slam hammered, couple stews in my hand, and tubing and windsurfing. So
We'll see. There's levels. There's levels.
There
I
are,
guess.
there are.
There are levels. Now, do not get me
Some
wrong. I
people
will
have different
still.
desires, and there's nothing wrong with that. That chicken sounds fantastic.
I will definitely still get drunk, but you know.
But I will pick the game, and we will figure this out. You're coming to see my ass.
Kind of weird to put it like that.
Sauce, but
Kind of weird. Yeah, baby, you're coming to see this ass.
You go check this ass out. You're like, hold on.
Yeah,
What?
no, I will, and it'll be a blasty blast. It'll be just me. I'll come up there. We'll have a great time. Well, yeah, no, it'll be good. But yeah, 14-10, man. So I don't know. Game was just wild. How do you feel kind of overall? Like, I know that obviously we all wanted the Patriots to throw the ball more, but I just like, yeah, sure, it's frustrating, but they ended up winning. And I know that they're not going to have another game like this, especially going into the bye week. You know, it's a great win to go into the bye.
Of course.
I don't ever see the Patriots having any sort of game like this again. So I don't
see any.
You do what you have to do to win. You know, it's a week by week game plan. How do you feel about this win? Do you feel more confidence, less confidence, the same? Are you know, what's going on in your head, sir?
First of all, a game like that, I think that's an endangered species, and poachers just killed the last one. That game is put the stamp on it. That's extinct. We never see another game like that, let alone Patriots game. We don't see a game like that in league history. That's just never going to happen again. Unprecedented game. But how do I feel about it going forward? I'm indifferent. It hasn't changed my opinion a whole lot. We had a great defense coming in. We have a great defense leaving. And the weather conditions were clearly the factor that made this different. If I feel different about anything, I feel so sussed out by Josh McDaniels' play calling. Like, it's so weird to me that they were able to do that. But again, they got the win. I can't really argue with it. It just seemed like what they were committed to at the time. They wanted to wind down grind down the stone, kind of just wither away over time and break down this defense, and they did. So I really can't say a whole lot. I think they're indifferent. I know in clear weather, we're going to go back to the same old thing that we saw against the Falcons, the other one, where Mac Jones is sub 200 yards, 250 yards, a touchdown or two. We get plenty of run game action, and we'll be back to the same caliber of defense. Weather doesn't change the defense. It changes the offense. So I don't know. This doesn't change my opinion at all.
No. And I was hoping that's what you're going to say too. Same thing here. I mean, if anything, I guess maybe it boosted a little bit, just because this team, it's crazy. They can win in so many different ways.
Yeah.
They can win by shutting you down on defense. We brought it up last week. It's not some biased homer take to say that the Patriots can very well make the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
They have a top defense in the league. They have an offense that doesn't cost you games. They have a great kicker. They have a great special teams. They have the greatest coach to ever do it. There's nothing going on. They're 9-4 right now, first place in the East. Their next games are Indy, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Miami. I think the number 1 seed is very much still in play. Very much in play.
It's almost locked up at this point. Like with this, you said it to me a couple days before the game, and I was super concerned. If they lost this game, they dropped down to the 5 seed.
To the 5 seed.
Like, crazy repercussions if you lose this game. Big clutch win here. We're still in the 1st seed. The Titans, I think, are the 2nd seed, and they're fool's gold. I think they finish 8-8 to be complete. Or no, 8 and maybe they get 9-8.
The Titans have the actually, you know what? Let's kind of go through it. Why not? I mean, we have time. Whatever. The Titans have the Jaguars. I said that weird. They have the Jags, the Steelers, the Niners, the Dolphins, and the Texans.
Those are actually easy teams.
They could lose to Pittsburgh and they could lose to the Niners. I think they beat the Jags, the Dolphins. Well, the Dolphins are a little frisky.
Yeah, sometimes.
Dolphins are frisky, but I don't think they beat them. I think it's they play at home there, so I think
the Ryan Tannehill revenge game, if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill revenge game. So I think they beat the Jags, they lose to Pittsburgh, they lose to San Fran, they beat Miami, they beat Houston. So they end what? 11-5? Or no, 12-5?
12-5.
Right? Oh no. It would be 11-6 because I think they're losing 2 more games. So yeah, they would end 11-6 because they got 8 wins now, 8, 9, 10, 11. They lose 2 games. It's 11-6.
They could drop one of those weird ones. They almost lost to Houston the first time around.
They did. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised though. Like you said, if they're, 10-6, 11-5. God, I keep fucking that up. I keep forgetting with the extra game, but you get what I'm saying. 11-6, 10-7.
So that's a tough one. The Ravens just seem to
3rd
look
place.
Worse. They keep losing players. Now Lamar Jackson got hurt in the last game.
What's his name? Humphrey is out too.
He's out for the season. They're starting corner. Yep. So that's just less and less reason to believe in them. Again, the only other team to worry about is the Chiefs.
The Ravens, by the way, so their schedule, the Browns, the Browns could put up a good game and beat them. I don't think so, but the Browns could. They play the Packers. That's a loss. They play the Bengals. That's a tough one. They play the Rams. That could be a tough. Yeah. And then they play Pittsburgh to end the year. Another tough game against Pittsburgh.
Call me crazy. Now that Ben Roethlisberger announced his retirement, I think Steelers are going to go on a playoff run.
So do you think, so the Ravens are 8-4. So let's say they beat Cleveland. They're 9-4. They lose to Green Bay, 9-5. I kind of want to say they lose to Cincinnati. I kind of want to say that. So they're 9-6. I think
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, say they beat Cincinnati. I think they lost the first time around. So I think they split.
Okay. So they would be, so they beat Cleveland. That's 9-4. Lose to Green Bay. That's 9-5. Beat Cincy. That's 10-5. I think they lose to the Rams. That's 10-6.
Definitely lose to the Rams.
They lose to the Steelers. That's 10-7. Buddy, I don't know about them. And then you got the 4 seed. That is the Chiefs right now. How crazy it would have been if the Patriots lost this game. The Chiefs would have been tied for the Pats for first place in the AFC. Wild.
And the Chiefs started out
they started out so bad. And honestly, I think, and this kind of goes back. Actually, I want to because we were texting about the Ravens game. The Ravens offense. I know everybody's afraid of Lamar Jackson. I'm kind of one of them. You should not be afraid of their offense because the Ravens offense is basically designed Lamar Jackson run. Lamar Jackson scrambles for something or he finds Mark Andrews wide open. That's it.
Painfully predictable. The thing is, it's just so hard to stop Lamar Jackson even on a designed run.
Exactly.
And the Patriots struggle with that too. So it's like, I'd be worried about it regardless.
Exactly. That's why the
Patriots get the win, but I'm still nervous about it.
Yeah. No, it'll definitely be one of those games. Yeah. Just because it is still the Raven and you never know, but it's one of those things where you got to take advantage when Lamar Jackson isn't running the ball. So I don't know. The Chiefs though, they're 8-4. The Chiefs have the Raiders. It might be a tough game. The Raiders always play them tough.
Yeah. They're so weird.
Yeah. Very, very, they always play well against the Chiefs, which is strange. Then they play the Chargers. the Chargers are on their game, they can beat them. I don't know. They play Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, then Denver. I think KC's going to end with 11-6, 12-5, probably.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
would say. Yeah. Chargers, not worried about the Chargers at all. In fact, up until this week, the Patriots would have got the Chargers in the first round. Would have been a blowout. Would have loved that. Chargers, I do not care what the rest of their thing is. The Bengals, not worried about the Bengals. The Bills are the Bills. The Buffalo Bills, the defending, the reigning AFC East champions, the
greatest coach of all time,
the self-proclaimed greatest team in the NFL, owners of the AFC East, the new crown wearers.
Honestly.
They are the 7th seed. They are 7-5.
That's awkward.
They are 7-5. The Patriots are 9-4. The Bills are 7-5. The Patriots are 9-4. The Buffalo Bills are 7-5. The team that just lost tonight to the Patriots, 14-10. And the Bills get to play the freaking Bucks next. So that's a loss, because do you know who owns? Do you know if there is one person that owns the Bills just as much or more than Bill Belichick? It's Tom Brady. That's a loss. That's a loss, man. There is no way. Tom Brady is on a tear. That's a loss. They play Carolina next. That's a win. They play New England. Buddy, the Bills aren't. I'm gonna say it now. The Bills aren't beating the Patriots in Foxborough. I'll say it now. I am at the tip-top confidence level you could possibly be at. They're not beating the Patriots in Foxborough. Nope.
I want to say they can, but nothing really gives me reason to say so.
Nope, they can't. You know why? Because we beat them running the ball. Didn't even unleash Mac Jones, because people forget just because of this game.
I know we
Patriots
gave them no film on Mac Jones. That's
what I was gonna say. My father-in-law, we were texting during the game too. And he was like, hey, you want to know something?
Cool. Hold on, quick pause. Your in-laws are cool. Like, they're not like, some people are like, I have to go see my in-laws today. And I'm like, that.
So I will say, I think that I have probably the coolest in-laws that you could possibly get. We go up to, they only live an hour away from us. So we go up to where they live. We watch Patriots games up there. We spend holidays there and all that stuff. But both of them, my wife's mom and dad, awesome. Couldn't ask for better in-laws. It's just, I mean, I've been with my wife for 16 years now. So like, I mean, I've been family for a decade at least, whether they want to admit it or not. I have. But yeah, so he texted me. He was like, hey, you want to know the good thing about this game? The Pats gave zero film to the Bills about what they would do on offense. And I was like, holy shit. So I'm going to take that opinion. I'm going to use it as my own, but your stupid ass beat me to it. But yeah, that's one of those things too. The Bills, Mac Jones did nothing. The offense did nothing. It was all runs, runs. They didn't even do the vaunted play action. Great runs. Great. At this point, if the Bills do not stop the Patriots running the ball, I don't know what you do. You got to fire the whole defense into the sun, because if you
all they gave you, man, at very least stop the run, force them to pass.
You saw almost 40 runs. If you can't game plan against that in 3 weeks, you have 3 weeks. Bye week, Colts week, then your week. If you can't figure that out, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Now, granted, I don't think that actually, you know, it would be funny if all of a sudden the Bills like, ooh, Mac Jones is going to throw the ball more, and the Pats fucking run it again. For like
they throw it 3 times again, and we're just like, wow, I thought that would never happen again.
I kind of, you know what, and I kind of, because I switched like halfway through the game. I think I texted you. I don't know if I did. I know I said it to someone. Maybe it was just to myself. I was like, I'm all in on the madness now. I don't want the Patriots to ever throw the ball again. Ever. Just see how many runs you can have consecutively. 60, 70,
You're on the wrong
80.
page as me. I was like, how is this happening?
Oh, no, I was there. But I think what happened, kind of like if you've ever seen The Joker. Have you seen The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix? That one? Yeah. By the way, quick little side thing there, because I'm a very, very big superhero, Marvel, DC, all that stuff. That movie should not have been called The Joker because it wasn't a Joker movie. It was just a movie about a mental illness where someone went crazy. Phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
But nothing about that movie made him the Joker until the end when he put the clown, when he did his face.
It was the build up to what made the Joker.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, that was me. It got to the point where I mentally broke. Josh McDaniels broke me,
making the face and crying.
I'm like, we gotta do it. That was a terrifying face. But I was like, we're just gonna run. That's it. Run.
Don't you think about passing it.
That was it.
If you fucking pass.
Literally, it got to the point where I was like, I am
Every
running.
Other
That's all I can think.
Patriots fans screaming for a pass. You're like, don't do it.
Not me. It was like, Mike, how's it going? Run.
Think about what they fucking deserve.
God, yeah. Run the ball. You know why? Because they got what they fucking deserve. Shit, I might watch that movie. Actually, you know what? I am going to watch that movie.
It inspired me. I want to watch that movie.
But yeah, actually, I might watch it tonight. It's currently 1:06 in the morning. I might watch it tonight. But yeah, it got to the point where I was just like, you've broken me, Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels. I just want to run the ball all night long. That would be crazy if they ran the ball against the Bills, like to start the game again.
I would honestly, I wouldn't be able to focus on the game. I'd be laughing the whole time.
No, me neither.
I would start laughing more.
Yeah, no, me neither. I would, but who knows? Maybe that's the game I'm up there watching with you. Who knows? If that
only be pick,
honestly, which I think that might be the game. I don't know. We'll see.
The game.
We'll see. We have a whole bye week to think about it. But yeah, that was that insane. I think kind of like you though, to bring it back to reality. I'm just as confident as I was in this team to begin with, because I think all this showed me was that they can beat you in another way. They can beat you with not really they can beat you in bad weather, which was really what it was. Again, of course, they're not going to have the game plan where they only throw it less than 5 times, but if they have to run the ball more, they can run the ball on you, even if you know that they're going to run the ball.
Yeah.
Which I think is the sign of a team that, like you said, is a team that could make it to the Super Bowl.
Of course.
Run the ball, play defense, kick field goals.
They're winning in a multitude of ways.
Yeah. No, it's insane, but they are first place in the AFC. Why are we talking about everybody's records? Oh, to see if they think so. So you think that the Pats will end up with the 1 seed?
I think they will. I mean, it's an easy schedule going forth. Like,
woo!
You have 4 games left. 2 of those 4 games are a slam dunk, a gimme, a hammer, a scoop and score right there for the taking. So that means you have 2 tough games. And we are extremely confident in those 2 tough games. I think you and me are confident enough that we say we at least split those games.
At least. So say they split those games. Which one do you think they're more apt to lose? The Bills at home or the Colts? They play the Colts at home too, right? I believe. Okay, yeah.
I think
you think the Colts?
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Old Walker to him, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. He's hot.
Well, I'm not gonna go there with you. I'm not gonna go there with you.
He's a bad man, a home wrecker, a destroyer of worlds.
Home wrecker.
Yeah, he is. He's a bad
destroyer of worlds. We got Galactus up in this bitch.
Truly a planet eater. Whatever words you want to use to describe, walk it to him, Carson goddamn Wentz. Those are the words I will use to describe him, because this man's a killer, a murderer, unbelievably evil and deceitful and truly vile and incredible at the game of football.
So I will do something I will probably never do again. I'm going to compliment a former Eagles player. I like Carson Wentz.
You should.
I've always liked him. I always thought that it was Philly's fault that he was bad.
It was.
Because I think my hatred is with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Not even just the Eagles, by the way. The whole fucking city. I hate it all. So I think Carson Wentz is good.
Yeah.
It comes down to, do you think that Carson Wentz can beat the Patriots if he is playing his A game? Doesn't have to be A plus, perfect game, but if he's playing his A game, he can, because they have Jonathan Taylor as well.
I mean, I think Carson Wentz makes Jonathan Taylor.
I think it's kind of a little bit of both. I think that I think it's
a complimentary thing. It's a Dak and Zeke.
It started as that. By the way, Zeke. No, let's real quick, because I know you don't like the Cowboys. Cowboys are my NFC team, but I'm gonna dive into this. Does Zeke wear those like weighted things on his ankles when he runs? Because I have never seen a running back regress quicker than I've seen with Ezekiel Elliott.
He's not a good running back.
And I liked him. I again, like I said, this is where we are at odds. I like the Cowboys. I thought the Cowboys were good. Come to find out, Dak Prescott, maybe not as good as we all thought. The Cowboys, maybe they'll make the playoffs, not as good as we all thought. And Zeke
won't make the playoffs. There
is no reason that Tony Pollard should not be starting. No reason.
I mean, obviously, it's like
no reason.
Yeah,
Zeke looks like, actually, kind of a sad comparison. Zeke looks like Damian Harris when he broke off that run. And did you see that when because he came back in the game after halftime, he was kind of gimped with his ankle. He broke off that run. I was like, dude, if your ankle was healthy, you probably broke that off for a touchdown.
Oh yeah,
but he ran. You could just tell.
Chance in the win, it would have made me a lot of money.
You could just tell he was hurting. Which, by the way, great thing that the bye week comes right now, because Judon can heal up. Adrian Phillips, I don't think we know what's going on with him. I'm going to check as we're talking right now. Adrian Phillips, I'm pretty sure that this week is going to help him. Damian Harris, you hope it helps him. You hope it kind of helps everybody up for that big stretch run that's going on.
Yeah.
You know, everybody should get healthy. Mac Jones can rest his arm.
Much appreciated.
What'd you say?
I'm sure he needs all
Hey, I'm sorry. 3 passes in a tornado. He needs the week off. Bucko. He needs the week off. No, but I think this is probably one of the first times in a while where I think the Patriots bye week comes at the perfect time.
Yeah.
You know, you have, and especially the fact that you have a huge win. Again, you couldn't overstate how big this game was going into it, and you can't overstate how big this win is. It does, because again, to the fans, it's like, oh yeah, like it's 14-10. You wish you passed all that. To the team, this was a great win, just like that Texans win where we all hated that, but that was a great win because they came back from behind. This win is huge. Very huge for them. And again, it was one of those things where if you lose, you're the 5 seed, you go into the bye week. Maybe the Bills pull out a win against the Bucks. You're, a game behind, a game and a half or whatever. Who knows what happens? I think me and you were texting from like 10:30, 11 o'clock today. We were like, yo, today is like the fucking day. I was on a roller coaster of emotions. I was like, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I don't know what's going to go on. And we were texting back and forth. It's like, you were trying to make your bets, right? And you were like, I don't know what's going on with that.
I was in the lab. And I didn't pull some winners.
No, I mean, I don't think this game probably killed a lot of bets. I would imagine. Again, I'm not a big better, but I would imagine this killed a lot of bets.
This was a ball
from actually the only thing I think I even got right. I thought Damian Harris would score the first touchdown. Then I thought he would score the game-winning touchdown, the game-stealing touchdown. I was right with the first one. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I should have bet him first touchdown. I would have made so much money.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Damian Harris,
I bet Patriots to win flat out, so I still won money. I'm still up, so it doesn't matter.
Fuck it. Who get actually? And you know what? When another promise on the podcast, when I do come up to visit, I will place my first bet on a football game. Obviously it'll be on the pet, and see, the thing is, I don't bet, but I'm still knowledgeable enough about it. Obviously not as much, but enough to not be dumb. So I'll make some sort of bet. It'll be my first NFL bet ever. My first official
I'll be
bet.
honored to do the opening ceremony.
It'll be crazy. Yeah, it'll be crazy. We'll have to figure something out. Maybe we live stream watching the game, something like that. I want to do something big for it if it is a big game or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Patriots are 9-4, dude. Patriots are 9-4. I said this last week. Just kind of sit there and sit back for a second. It's so fun rooting for this team right now. So fun rooting for this team right now. They are so every week we're sitting like, ooh, this game might be tough. This game might be that. And again, that's what you do as a fan. But dude, I think we have to just admit, and I said it to Maddie B a couple weeks ago. I've said it to many people. It's fear. Fear is the only thing stopping Patriots fans from being like, guys, there are 5 weeks left. The Patriots are in first place by a whole game. Yeah. They have the best conference record, which comes into play. There's no reason to not be fully confident. And I'm sick. I am sick of the civil fans, of the cordial fans. F that. That's not how you root for a team. I'm sick of that, because let me just get on my soapbox real quick, just for a quick 30 seconds. When you root for a team, you don't sit there and say, oh, well, you know what? I hope we win this and that. Oh, but I like your fan base. I like your team. I hope it's a good game. Fuck that. I didn't hope this was a good game. I was driving home today from Walmart, getting my Bud Light. getting my Blue Moons. And I was like, I don't want this game to be a good game. No. I want this to be a blowout. If you're one of the people who, I just want a good competition. I just want a good game. I hope both teams have fun. You can take that and shove it up your ass. I do not want that. I want blowouts. I want people get another thing. All of a sudden, Trey White gets hurt on the Bills. All of a sudden, we're all supposed to have a whole candlelight vigil for him and everything like that. Marlon Humphreys gets hurt on the Ravens. Oh my God. Pray for him. All this stuff. Who knows? Yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks that you got hurt. But guess what? You know what that does? That makes my team's path easier.
That's what I call not my problem.
Not my problem. Again, I'm not going to sit there like Bills fans did today, by the way, and they booed Adrian Phillips when he got hurt. I don't know if Bills fans heard that. I do think that booing someone when they got hurt is worse than grabbing an ankle, even when you didn't grab an ankle. But, again, we're not going to talk about that.
Some might disagree.
Yeah, well, Mac Jones is the dirtiest player in the game.
He's sure Brian Burns doesn't share your opinion.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Brian Burns. Why don't you go lose again? But yeah, I don't. This whole thing where like that's not being a fan. That's if you are a fan, a true fan of the Patriots. If you come to Tuck Rule Takes, you are not gonna get I want the Patriots to kick ass, but I hope that like the Bills still have fun, and I hope that the Ravens, I hope they get healthy because like I want to face the greatest competition. No, I fucking don't. I just want to win. I don't care if your whole team is hurt. I don't care if Mac Jones has to grab every goddamn ankle he finds. I want people not to play. I don't want the easiest path, but if the path happens to be easy, I am going to be excited. Enough of that. It's so weird to me. This weird, like, I don't know if maybe like COVID messed, like the COVID year messed with everybody where now everybody's just so nice. No, that's not how you be a fan. I want I want the Patriots to whip the shit out of everybody. If people get taken out of the game because of injury, I hope you're not injured for like your life, but hey, you're out of the game. So I don't know. Moral of the story, Patriots are going to the Super Bowl.
That's the idea.
I think that's where I landed.
No reason to say no. Book it.
I think that's where I landed. Yeah, I think that's where it is. I do think it's going to be a Bucs Patriots Super Bowl. And I think that if you guys are watching on YouTube, Liam just started to unbutton his shirt. So I think that is the time. Liam, do you have any closing remarks, any statements on the game, on the Patriots, on the Bills, all that fun stuff? Floor is yours, my friend.
A few simple, easy words. Bill Belichick, in the wise words of SpongeBob, He was number one. And is number one. First.
The wise words
That.
of SpongeBob. What other podcast do you know that equates SpongeBob's genius to Bill Belichick's? Yeah, no, you won't.
Very SpongeBob in sports nowadays.
No one is, because people don't think outside the box, Liam. That's why. People don't think outside the box. They stay in their little focus. Oh, no, you have to have a balanced pass and run game. No, you don't. You pass for 3 times.
Yeah.
You still win.
You'll win.
What's going on? 32 times running the ball. You can't stop us. Just do it. Do it. You can't. Got to be quicker than that. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, next week is a bye week. We will still have a podcast next week. Obviously we won't be recapping any game. We'll probably just be talking just about the NFL in general, and then kind of looking forward to the Colts game, which should be a good game. And again, we've said it the past few weeks. I think the Colts game is another biggest game of the year, because I think if you win this Colts game,
we're locked in at 1.
You kind of have to, because even if you split with the Bills, you still beat them out with the tiebreaker, and because of your conference record. So I think if you can beat the Colts, you split with the Bills. Oh no, you're going to beat the Jags. You're going to beat the Dolphins. I think the Patriots have the 1 seed. I think they have the 1 seed.
I do too.
So I don't know. We'll see what's going on though. We'll see. So enjoy this win. If anybody tries to make you feel like shit about this Patriots win and for these 3 passing attempts, you know what you can say? You can say, hey, how embarrassing is it that you let the Patriots win with 3 passing attempts?
Yep.
That is embarrassing.
Sucks to suck.
That is it. Sucks to suck. It is my favorite saying. Bills sucks to suck. NFL sucks to suck.
Sucks.
I got nothing else, man. I got nothing else. Super Bowl or bust. All I can say is Super Bowl. That's it.
Give me that.
That's all I got. So for Liam McDade, I am Mike Sullivan. This is Tuck Rule Takes. Hopefully you guys liked this podcast, because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to sleep, man. I am in an electric mood right now. I am wide. Actually, I say that I'll probably be asleep in like 20 minutes, if we're being honest. It's gonna be one of those things. But anyways, like I said, Tuck Rule Takes, episode 20. Guys, Patriots won 14-10, 9-4. Your first place in the AFC. First place in the AFC East. Fuck it. The best team in the NFL. What are we doing here? New England Patriots, Tuck Rule Takes. The 2 franchises that are taking off at the same time. Thank you, Couch Guy Sports, for giving us the platform to do this. Liam, have a good night, man. Have a good night.
You as well.
All right, guys.
See you soon.
Peace out. We will see you next week. Get ready for the Colts. All right. We out.
Later. Hype. Hilarious.
Sweet.